Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to another episode of Thrill Me Thursdays. This is a segment created by my good buddy Drew from Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham? And this is going to be top 5 religious horror films. Now, it doesn't have to be a straight religious horror film. It could be like a possession film or just something where religion is involved. My number 5 is going to be The Sacrament. Now, The Sacrament is directed by Ti West and is about a documentary film crew who is going to infiltrate a cult. And the reason why that's happening is because one of the documentary filmmakers, his sister, is involved in that cult. And he wanted to make sure she was okay and try to get her out. It's very unsettling, it's very creepy, and just a side note, it is actually available at the Dollar Tree, around by me anyway. They had a bunch of copies of it, so really good film. Yeah, very underrated. Number 4 is actually going to be a film by the same director, Ti West, and it's House of the Devil. This movie is awesome. I wanted to put this higher on my list, but the other one is just, there was no comparison. This is probably my favorite film by Ti West. This one, it's a tie kind of between this one and The Innkeepers. This is a 70s throwback film, and it's done so well. It's about a babysitter or a college student who gets a job sitting, but they're not really sure. She's not really sure what the job details until she gets to the house. Kind of gonna leave it there. It's very creepy, very creepy. Number 3 is going to be from the Omen franchise. Now, I love the Omen. I think it's a very classy horror film. It's unsettling, but I've always been a fan of Damien Omen 2. So my number 3 is Damien Omen 2. This is, to me, a little bit better. I think the original Omen has some pacing problems, even though I do love it. But I've always been a fan of the second one because it's more of when the Antichrist kind of comes of age and learns what he's capable of as he's losing his humanity. So number 3 is Damien Omen 2. Number 2 is going to be The Wicker Man. And no, not the Nicolas Cage farce. This is going to be the original Wicker Man. The Wicker Man had a strange effect on me when I was younger. The first time I learned about it was on a videotape where they showed previews. I can't remember exactly which one, but they showed a preview of it, and it scared me, although I couldn't tell you why it scared me. So eventually I rented it after seeing the trailer, and it kind of seems like a normal film, but there's just something about it that's very unsettling. This, of course, is about pagan religion, and it's definitely a classic for a reason. So, yeah, number 2 is The Wicker Man, which brings number 1, and I couldn't get around it, The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a fantastic film. It does have a little bit of pacing problems here and there, but it's just amazing. And it's The Exorcist came out in 74, and I was born in 71. So I actually had a hard time with it because when I saw the trailer for it, and I think they had something on television about what the film was about, I was definitely old enough to understand what the film was. My grandmother was very religious. And, I went to Sunday school every weekend. I went to church every weekend. And I knew what it meant for the devil to kind of take you over. I didn't understand every aspect of it. I was still very small, but it still scared me. And I remember having conversations with my grandmother and asking her questions about that sort of theme. And that had a profound effect on me when I was a little kid. Eventually, when I was old enough to watch the film and rent it, it's a horrifying film. So that is definitely number one. And check out Drew for Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham? And I will see you next Thursday for another Top 5. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.